Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today on location. I'm actually at home, but I'm in Mister's car because, you know, the car situation. We got about 20 cars. Like a fucking used car lot over here. Anyway, you guys, how y'all doing? I haven't seen you guys since the live. We had us a good time, didn't we? I was so glad you guys all showed up. We will be doing that again on the 600th episode of Top of the Block. Everybody's like, you need to do that. It won't be special if we do it all the time, y'all. So yeah, we'll catch you in another 2 years. We'll do it again. How's that? Anyway, you guys, we're here today to talk about the Soul Train Awards. Very boring. Actually, I wouldn't even be reviewing this if, you know, I hadn't already committed to it. I was just like, why do they even have the Soul Train Awards? If it weren't for the honorary awards that they gave out, the whole night would have been a bust. And that's including the ciphers, which is really saying something. But I'm getting ahead of myself, you guys. That's, you know, we like to do things decent and in order here. So we're going to start off with the host. Then we're going to start off with the awards given. And we'll round it up with the performances and the honorees. Okay? So let's get to it. All right, you guys. So the first thing, Deon Cole, who is a well-known comedian. Many of you guys know him most recently because of Blackish. He was one of the characters on that show. But, I mean, Deon Cole's been around for a long time. So we know him even before he was on the stage or in front of the camera. He was behind the scenes and writing and everything. So, yes, Deon Cole has been around for a long time. I was kind of concerned about Deon Cole being the comedian because although I do think he's funny and although I do get his brand of humor, he is very deadpan. He has a very deadpan voice. He's kind of just sort of blah. Okay, kind of in one of those dry humor kind of ways, you know. I just was like, even though I didn't miss Letitia Child, thinking of Love and Marriage, even though I didn't miss Tisha Campbell and Tashina Arnold, I didn't miss them at all. I really wish we could find maybe a happier medium between the two. You know, one is way too fucking excited and then the other one is just sort of like blah. So would I choose Deon Cole again? He didn't do bad. He didn't do bad. But it wasn't nothing fantastic. Nothing, you know. He had a cute little opening. You know, we were just kind of off to it. But I don't know, y'all. I just was like, I wouldn't have put him as a host. Very interesting choice. What do you guys think about that? Y'all let me know. All right, you guys. So this video is going to actually be really short because it didn't really much happen in the episode. In the awards show. I really, really hate to be talking down about these shows, but honestly, they can get rid of the Soul Train Awards. I think they did for a second, didn't they? And then they brought them back. They used to be much better. Nobody shows up. They gave away 2 awards, okay? Just regular awards, not talking about the honorees. 2 awards for the entire night. And it was, like I said, they really could have done without it. But we'll get to it. We're going to get to it, y'all. I'm going to try to make this as entertaining as I can for these damn 2 people. But so the first presenter was the 2 of the stars from the show The First Wives Club. Okay, that's on BET. I guess it's on the streaming channel for BET. And so we had Michelle Bluto, I believe, and Mark Tallman. I think those are the names. I couldn't hear the names. I just went on to the to look at the cast and look at the pictures and be like, I think that's her, I think that's him. Okay. But anyway, the girl was pregnant and I was like, I know my mama is flipping over in her. I mean, she probably looked like a damn fish out of water. I know that everything is very liberal and, you know, when you're pregnant, it's supposed to be beautiful and you're supposed to be proud of your stomach and having it out and everything. But when I tell you that got on my nerves so bad, I was like, I am really, really old school. But her clothes looked like she had on something too small. It was just like her big stomach out. She didn't look bad. Like, I mean, like, she's not no big pregnant, you know, out of shape. Like, she still looks good. But I just am never going to be for that kind of shit on the TV. Now, I'm old and I know that, you know, I'm antiquated in my thoughts and everything. But that stomach out, I was just like, ooh, I know Miss Ruby would have a whole lot to say about this stomach. I told y'all about that time I went to that baby shower and that girl sat up there with her stomach out the whole time. I was just like, Roxanne, you got to get with the times because that's what they doing. But it was all hitched up here in their stunting child. Anyway, they was presenting the Ashford and Simpson Songwriters Award, okay? And the winner of that award was Money Long, who looked beautiful, who was working fucking overtime. I'm telling you, Money Long had then opened the show. She was winning the award on the show. She had another performance, it seemed like, on the damn show. And now, honey, that performance was like acting. We're going to talk about that when we talk about the performances. She was on the Walmart commercial during the show. I was like, did anybody else come but Money? It don't seem like it. It don't seem like it, y'all. But Money Long was there. Beautiful girl. Obviously very talented. So she's been writing for a long time and, you know, all of that. So she did deserve the award, I believe. So congratulations to her for that. Second award was DC Young Fly was presenting for best collaboration, okay? And the winner of this was the Isley Brothers with Beyonce for Make Me Say It Again, Girl, which is not a good remix or redo, whatever you want to call it. I never talked about it again because I heard it once and I was like, that's gonna be one of these for me. Baby, leave the classics alone, even when it's Beyonce, y'all. We love Beyonce, we do, okay? Rocky love Beyonce, but certain things is just gonna be no. That's just a classic, and the same way I felt about Before I Let Go. Although it has grown on me some, I still prefer the original, okay? So those are the two awards that they gave away. You know, just the regular awards. We'll talk about the honorees later. But that was that. Okay, now let's talk about the soul cipher. Now, you guys know the soul ciphers are based, or they get the soul cipher idea from the regular ciphers that they have on the BET Awards. Okay, Erykah Badu, when she was hosting the show, and actually Erykah could come back. She was good enough for me. She was a happy medium for me. Okay, funny but still pretty low key. You know, wasn't doing too much. Erykah Badu has the humor, you know, so I could deal with Erykah again. But anyway, she's the one that introduced the idea of the soul cipher to the Soul Train Awards, and we've always enjoyed them in the past. They've taken some interesting changes with the soul cipher, and now they always, well, at least this year and last year, they've added a gospel element to the soul cipher. So they'll have your regular, you know, they'll have your regular secular music singers, R&B singers, and then they'll have one gospel artist. To me, it's still weird to me to mix the two, but that's what they've been doing. Do you guys like that idea? Or, you know, can we have a separate gospel soul cipher? I mean, we'd probably be there for about an hour for everybody to get through their song, but you know, I was just like, so anyway, with that being said, you guys, so the DJ, you guys know they always have a DJ back there. It was DJ D-Nice. And the people that sang, Money Love, okay, again, baby was working fucking overtime, honey. I hope you cashed that check. Sound good, looks beautiful. Durand Bernard. So now I've never heard of this young man. He was very, you know, saucy and, you know, very kind of, you know, like, I didn't know what he was doing at first. He started off kind of rapping, but then he started singing. And when he started singing, you could tell that he actually is very talented. Okay. He actually seemed like he had some charisma. He was like one of those artists that I'm interested in hearing from more. You know, he rapped a little bit, he sang, and then he's really sang, opened it up, and you know, he gave us poses. He gave us a whole lot in his little time that he was on that mic. But he was definitely the one that I was just like, okay, I'm gonna have to check out Mr. Bernard. Okay, where was he from? Did they say Detroit or something like that? Are you guys familiar with him? Because, honey, when he's at the end, when he got to doing them runs and everything, I was like, boy, what? Okay. Definitely wouldn't have wanted to go on the mic after him, because then we had a young girl named Alex Vaughn who didn't sound bad, but, it was just sort of like all of this up here. Then it was like, And so she came on kind of in that whole Janae Aiko, we talk kind of music, just sort of like kind of brought it down a little bit. Pretty girl, you'd be trying to say something nice about him. She didn't sound bad. It was just nothing memorable, y'all. And then we had Tasha Cobbs Leonard. She has hyphenated her name now that she's married. Who always has a beautiful voice. But like I said, it always is just a little weird for me to do the switch up from the secular to the gospel. Not that she's overwhelmingly gospel. When I say that, I'm like, she's not like, it wasn't like we had Hezekiah Walker up there just really giving it to us, the gospel way. She's a little bit more CeCe Winans, a little bit more, not conservative, but not even traditional. What's the word? Where inspirational. That's what I would say. More inspirational. So something that you may not have to peg it as gospel, but it's not necessarily secular as well. It's that in-between gray area that BB and CC used to be able to sit in so well. Okay. That's what Tasha Cobbs did. And it always sounds good, right? But I will say at the end, because they were doing the cipher over like a mix of Human Nature, Michael Jackson's Human Nature. And so at the end, they all came together and they had a harmonizing. This actually was really good. Okay, this was actually a really good part of the soul cipher, but they did a little harmony thing together, and their voices blended surprisingly well. Okay. Nobody was trying to out-sing each other. Everybody was, kept their notes, but still was doing enough for you to be able to tell who was doing what. But they sounded great together. So that part I did appreciate, right? Okay, so that was our soul cipher. What did you guys think about the soul cipher? Y'all let me know what y'all know about Duran Bernard, because I'm going to have to look up some of his music, because Brother Man was doing it. Okay, now let's get on to the performances. Now, I know usually doing these award show reviews, I usually sing the songs and shit for you, but either I didn't know the songs, or it was like, I didn't even write down the artist that was on the side stage. Like, I didn't even be bothered with them, but it was two or three people that they showcased. And one person in particular was a girl. What was her name? I can't even think of her name. If I can remember, I'll put it on the screen, but she was actually really good. But, again, I was just sort of like, what time is it? What time is this over? I knew that the Griot Awards were over, which I'd never even heard of the Griot Awards. But I was like, I bet you the Griot Awards is better than this shit. I was mad that I had already said I was going to review Soul Train Awards, because otherwise I would have just turned and watched the Griot Awards, child. And apparently I missed some shit over there. That it was a good time over there. I saw on Instagram Fantasia and Yolanda Adams. I bet you it was a whole bunch of screaming and yelling. Patti LaBelle and some other people was singing together. I don't even know what they were singing, because I didn't listen to it. I just saw the video. It was early this morning, so I didn't want to wake anybody up trying to listen to it. But yeah, I was just, anyway, y'all, let me stop complaining about it. Let me just give y'all what it was. Okay. Now, like I said, Money Love opened, and honey, she had it was like a whole acting thing up there. It was like a play. Okay, her with the guy, her doing too much, her making the man mad, him leaving, all of that. She sang hours and hours, and then some other song, yee, I wish I was a time machine. I was like, yeah, I know that song is very popular. I had no idea until, of course I know now, but in the past, I didn't know that was even Money Long, because I still, this yee, yee. That shit gets on my nerves. But so she always throws that in, no matter what she's doing. You're gonna always hear the yee-hee, I wish I was a time machine in the song. But yeah, it was a whole acting, singing thing. I was like, oh, okay, because I've always was under the impression that she was much shyer. But she didn't seem shy. Like I said, baby girl had 5 fucking jobs on the show, at least. Okay? And thank God for Money Long, because if she wasn't there, I don't know what the fuck we'd have been watching for 2 hours. So she performed opening the show. We had Ari Lennox. Shout out to Ari Lennox. Always love to see her. It's so funny because every time I see her now, I was like, wow, I never realized that she looks so much like Candy Buress Tucker. Okay, young Candy. Okay, I was like, girl, you gonna look like Candy when you get older. You know, I don't know if you're gonna get your body done like Candy, but you gonna look like her because they are they're very similar looking. But, you know, Ari Lennox, always, I love to hear her voice. You know, I love the fact that she looks very natural and normal. Not that the other women don't, but you guys know what I'm saying. Okay, so she performed Sound Good. I think the name of the song was called It'll Be Worth Your Time. No, It'll Be Worth Your Stay, I believe. Not familiar with the song, y'all. I'm sorry. Then we had Tank. Okay, Tank, the walking sex. Every song, everything about Tank, every time I see him perform, I just know that it's going to be about, you know, he likes to stick truly to the whole R&B formula of like, you know, we about to get it on tonight, okay? Get some mood around here, turn the lights down, light some candles, lay on the couch, you know, sip some wine, make sure y'all get together. That's all about Tank, okay? So he got up there, you know, with his head. Every time he sing, everything is all this. And honey, that LaToya Luckett was enjoying that damn song, whatever he was singing. Then let me see. The name of this song, was it called Foreplay with Roses? Oh no, I think it was called When I Go Deep. That right there, that sounds like that's the fucking name of it. When I Go Deep. Okay, and honey, that LaToya Luckett was singing out there in that eye. I said, girl, you, okay. I don't think anything is going on with LaToya and Tank. I'm just teasing. But he sang, and he performed with another guy, and I don't know who that was, y'all. I'm sorry. I didn't even have the energy to ask on Twitter who it was, y'all. But he sang with another guy. He kind of looked like a flattened out, stretched out Bobby Valentino. Like if Bobby Valentino would have been a little taller, a little less compact, you know, thinner. He kind of was giving me Bobby V vibes. But I don't know who the guy was. But I feel like I've seen him before. They look like they was both standing on like trampolines. So it's like, what is going on? Are y'all about to exercise? I mean, it wasn't trampolines, but they looked like they were standing on like some trampolines up a little bit. Child, but they sounded great. I will give it to Tank and, you know, Great Value Bobby V. They did sound really good. I don't know what happened. I must have zoned out. And it's funny because I never got up off of the couch. But I missed Jay Holiday. Child, don't ask me how I missed it. I was just like, how did I not see that? I was scrolling on Instagram and that was like Jay Holiday performed Suffocate and Bed from 2007. Child, that's another thing. Like all of these songs that people were singing, well, with the exception of Ari Lennox and Money Long, it was like all this old shit. Like, I was just like, y'all couldn't get nobody, huh? The best y'all was doing when y'all got Money and Ari. Okay? How do we have Jay Holiday up there fucking singing, I'ma put you to bed, bed, bed? I was like, child, who wanna see fucking Jay Holiday? I mean, I know he been sick. He was under the weather, so it's good to see him back and out there and performing and everything. But I was just like, he was the one that was sick, right? Am I getting that wrong? No, that was Jeremiah. Don't let me put that on Jay Holiday. Y'all see what y'all see? Anyway, I don't know where he been, but... Or was he sick? No, I guess it was Jeremiah. But anyway, yeah, he performed. I missed it, though. But I saw it on the replay on Instagram. So I was like, let me hurry up and put him in my notes. Shout out, nobody know what the hell. So that was that. Then we had Shantae Moore. Now, let me tell you something. I had to Google how old Shantae Moore is. Shantae Moore is 55 years old. Shantae Moore looks fabulous. I'm talking about the body. I don't know if she's had work done or not. If she has, it's in all the right places. The shit looks pretty natural to me. She looks like one of those ones that just aged well. She just has it in her genes. But I mean, she may have did some little whatever nips and tucks or whatever, but that fucking body looks, I mean, she is giving the young girls a good ass run for their money. Okay, so that's the one thing. Face looks beautiful, hair beautiful, dress, body, everything. Okay, so the look was right. Okay, I still can't get over the fact that she's married to Stephen. I just cannot believe that them two are married. I said, girl, you ain't got a type, huh? You just whoever love you. I mean, that's how it should be. Ain't nothing wrong with Stephen Hill. I'm sure she's very happy. And child, as you get older, I done told y'all plenty of times, it's all about peace and happiness, right? And I mean that literally. But looks and, looks aside, aesthetics aside, that bitch voice, if anything, is better than it was back in the day. You know, she's always had a little breathiness to her voice. But that breathiness ain't there no more. It is a fucking strong, but she's still a very solid soprano. I mean, and can take it up, 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 like we saw her do. She sang All Right, and she sang, what was the other song? She sang, she sang Love Take Over. Now that love's taking over me, what will we do now? Okay, then she sang, It's all right, it's all right. I had to bring it down, y'all. It's too early to be trying to hit them notes. And then she wrapped it up with Shantae's got a man at home, and he's so good to me. Now, we know that song was about Hardaway. What's his name? Not Hardaway. Dwayne Wayne. What's his real name? Kadeem Hardison. But I guess it can be for Stephen Hill too. I was like, y'all gonna put the camera on him? But she sang that. But like I said, that voice, phenomenal. And strong soprano. Like, it's just like not too many people have that register that she has. Just absolutely beautiful. So she was also one of the highlights of the night. Okay. Again, thank you for some of these people, because child, at the same time, it was just like, was we really checking for Shantae Moore like that? You know, it was one of those pleasant surprises. Like, you didn't know that you missed hearing this kind of good music until she got up there and did it, you know? So hats off to Shantae Moore. I want to say that I just really, really love Shantae Moore. I love her music, but much like many of the other folks, once they got on reality shows and we got to see their true personalities, I was like, I'm going to have to just enjoy the music, child. And we're going to have to let Shantae do Shantae over there. Okay, but looks and sounds great. Then we had Sir, okay, Inglewood's finest, the brother of D Smoke. You guys remember him. He got up there and performed. Y'all didn't know y'all wanted to hear Sir either, huh? I mean, like, Sir's music is good, and I enjoy his last CD. I mean, the CD, I think he might have a new CD out, but he had another CD, and I enjoyed that. He's talented, but it was just sort of like, Sir? Child. And Sir had made it up in his mind that he was going to get to Ari Lennox no matter what, child. He was singing, he went down there on the floor and got her and had her stand up and do a little twirl and everything. I was like, look at him trying to flirt through the song. So he did a song, I think it's called I Could Do This Forever. Okay. Sir needed the next pant size up. Okay. Just let's take it to 38. Sir is a little thick in the thighs, okay? He just looked like he had just, bless his heart, child. Bless his heart and all his parts. So, those were performers. Child, Money Long, Ari Lennox, Tank, Jay Holiday, Shantae Moore, and Sir. I mean, is that was that what y'all wanted when y'all said y'all wanted to watch the Soul Train? I mean, because if that's what you wanted, that's what you got. Let's get on to the honorees. Now, we have two honorary awards that they usually give out on the Soul Train Awards. It's the Lady of Soul, and then it is the Legend Award. Okay. Lady of Soul, they usually give it to a woman, and then the Legend Award can be a man or a woman. Okay. So Lady of Soul, in this case, they were giving it to women. It was the girl group Escape. Okay. Candy, Latasha, Tamika, and Tiny. All right. That's her name, right? Tamika and Latasha. Yeah. We know that Escape is going through whatever they're going through right now. It was very apparent, not necessarily in the performances, but definitely in the speech when they got up there to accept their award. Before they got up there to accept the award, we had Jermaine Dupri, who you guys know is the one that is known for discovering them and bringing them to his label. So he got up there, you know, and did the whole thing. They did the little package where we saw them as they were, you know, first starting and to where they are now and all of that. So we did all that. Then they get up there to accept their awards. And, you know, I think the idea was for everybody to say something. Candy spoke first. Then we had Latasha speak. And then Tiny spoke. But Latasha was talking about making sure you don't let anybody dim your light, which was, I guess, some people can say that that was being shady if we, you know, since we know that there's trouble in paradise, that they're having problems, there's dissension and everything. When she was saying those things, it sounded like she was aiming them towards her group. Okay. So once she finished saying that, then Tiny got up there and Tiny was like, you know, I love my girls. And she had her back kind of turned to Latasha. So when she motioned that she loved her girls, only Candy and Tamika was over on this side. So she was just like, I love my girls. I love y'all. Okay. And then she kind of looked over her shoulder and Latasha was back here. It was very awkward. You have to see it on Instagram because I didn't pick it up on the actual show. But when I saw it on Instagram, I'm not sure. I'm not willing to say one way or the other if Tiny was being messy or if Tiny just was, when she said, I love y'all, Latasha had moved around to the other side of her. Like, you guys will have to watch the video and let me know what you think. Do you think that she was being messy or being shady in a response to what Latasha had said? Do you even think Latasha was being shady? Was she just talking? You know how you say certain things like when you overcome things, and you know those are the kind of things that you say in a speech anyway, you know, so it's hard to say where they were at. But I will say that the optics when you see it on video is not the best look, because it looks like Tiny is being like, you know, excluding Latasha from it. But like I said, it all happened it all happened like Latasha was moving out the way so Tiny could get to the microphone. So now she was on this side and, you know, Tiny was already this way. Child, you have to see it. And y'all let me know what you think about that. And then when Tamika was the last to speak, all she said was, thank y'all. Okay. So I'll always say that Escape is only like anybody else. We want to see the people as a group together. Don't nobody want to fucking see TLC without Left Eye. Okay. Nobody wants to see Escape. Well, not nobody, but people is happier when you have the entire group there, because everybody has an intricate part in the group for the sound to come out right. Escape is known for their harmonies. They still can do it. They still have a soprano, they still have an alto, and they still have like a contralto. You know, they still have the three that are necessary. But Latasha sings with an A. Okay. All of the ladies can sing. All of them contribute what they contribute. But Latasha is still the one. We need Latasha. We need Latasha. Okay. And really the group wouldn't work. I think that all of them are needed. Like if anybody decided that they wanted to just sit it out, they're going to be missed. I know Tamika is singing some of Latasha's part because Tamika and Latasha, they both, I keep on saying Tamika, that is her name, right? If it ain't right, y'all ain't got to keep telling me in the comments, but I think that it is. But y'all know who I'm talking about, the sisters. The sisters add a special extra brand of singing to the group. But yeah, I wish that they could work it out. I wish they could work it out. They're like sisters, so you know, when you fight like sisters, then it takes some time for shit to get worked out. So I hope they get it worked out. But anyway, they came up there and they all gold and black, you know, different variations of it. So at least they were together for their outfit for the performance, even though, you know, there was the red carpet faux pas that's been going around. They're saying that they left Latasha out. The stylist didn't tell them that they was all wearing stone dresses. I thought Latasha looked beautiful on that red carpet. Okay. I mean, just absolutely beautiful. I'm tired of all them rhinestone dresses anyway. So it's just sort of like, you know. Anyway, you guys, let me get to what they sang. So they started with, "You're my little secret. That's how we should keep it." Then they went on to, "Just kick it. Just kick. And want you to take off your shoes and relax your feet. Party on down to the escape beat. Just kick it. Just kicking it." Then they sang, "Who do I run to feel this empty space? Tell me, who do I run to when I need love?" That's my favorite. That's my favorite Escape song. Okay. Then they did a little harmonizing. They took it on back to when they were younger and they used to really do the harmony. They did Tonight. Okay. Or Look Like It's Gonna Rain. Is that the name of the song? Okay. Then they closed it on up with their biggest hit, which is Understanding, which I hate that song. Okay. It sounds like a damn nursery rhyme to me. I've told you guys that before. So, but that's their biggest hit. So we always got to wrap it up with, Understanding, honey. They had the most aggressive male dancers behind them. I was like, why y'all dancing this hard to understand? Y'all gonna fuck around and hit Tiny in the head, all that they was doing, child. So that was them. They did it together. They are professional. Okay. So when they're up there and they're performing, they gonna do what they have to do. But like I said, it's too bad that they're fighting like that, because it usually works best when the whole group is together. Okay. So that was the first award. The second one was my favorite of the night, as I'm sure you guys could imagine. It was the Legend Award, and it went to Morris Day and the Time. I've told you guys Morris Day and the Time stories. I told you guys how one of my good friends, when I was very little, in the neighborhood, always had a huge crush on Jerome, and you know, she ended up hooking up with him one night. Of course we weren't little at that time. She was an adult, but the next morning, well, she was like 6 years older than me. So I just remember looking out my parents' window, and this big ass Rolls Royce was in her driveway. And he had then spent the night over there, and everybody in the neighborhood was all calling each other like, that Jerome is over there. And he was supposedly like super, super paranoid. This was back in the 80s, you guys. So I'm talking about a long time ago. But anyway, that's not my story to tell. God rest my friend's soul. She's no longer here any longer. So that's the only reason why I kind of will tell part of that story, you guys. But yeah, that was a big deal. But so the Time got the legendary award, the Legend Award. They had what's his name, BJ Smooth, DJ B Smooth, whatever, the guy that has like the little lisp that was on Hollywood Husbands with Kevin Hart, comedian or whatever. He's the one that presented their award. And again, we got the package. It talked about the group and bloppity bloppity blue, and then Morris Day and Jerome get up there, since they're the ones that are the front people for the group. Thanked whoever they thanked, and then we got to their performance. Now that was the only time of the whole night that I was just like, hey, y'all. I was like, y'all know, because I need award show. I need one moment where I got to dance, right? So they got up there. And they they performed Cool. Ain't nobody bad like me. Girl, I'm so cool. And then they did 7, 7, 7, 93, 11. I wanna spend the night with you if that's all right. They did The Walk. Was it The Walk? I think it was The Walk. Well, I can't even think of the name of how the song go. Anyway, they did that, and then of course they closed it out with the bird, which the bird always is, you gotta dance to that song, okay? That shit, and it just takes me back to the Purple Rain, the movie, and how they fucking tore that song apart. Okay, the way the dance, like the way they shot that scene when they did the bird is just amazing. So it just like always is such a feel good. It's one of them songs that I have to dance to. So, you know, and I love the fact that they didn't cut it real short. You know, they did all of the little breakdowns at the end when they do the little, you know, when they do it in the square and they turn around this way and they, hey, and then they turn back around, you know, and then they do chili sauce, you know, all of that. I was here for it. I was excited, enjoyed it immensely. And I was like, thank God for the time. So let me say, my standout performances of the night, of course, was Shantae Moore. Escape did very well, and The Time. Those were the three that made me not be mad that I watched this whole 2 fucking hours. Those were the three that was like, okay, this made me, you know, a little bit more bearable. But for the most part, you guys, they could really do without the Soul Train Awards. One of the rock stars was saying in my comments that BET needs to not have all of these other award shows because it kind of waters it down. If they would just save one big BET show and just have everything in that simulcast instead of trying to have BET Awards, hip hop you know, the BET Hip Hop Awards, the Lady of Soul Award, like the Soul Train Awards, it's too many awards. And some of them awards, nobody give a fuck about. Nobody is coming to them. You are wasting everybody's time. We got to sit up here and watch, you know, Jay Holiday sing Bed and Suffocate from 2007. This is 2022. Okay. So that is just my feelings on it. I don't know if I know I like to do these reviews for these award shows, but I ain't gonna put myself through this torture again next year if they come up with this fool of fucking niggatry next year. Like, y'all gonna have to get some talent or just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. So, but y'all tell me what you thought about the show. Okay, good, bad, ugly, indifferent. Y'all leave all of that in the comments below. All right, you guys, that is it. I am going to get off of here. Let me do Love and Marriage Huntsville and get these both edited and up to you guys. Okay, make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to this channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. And I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.